Hello, my name is Kolematis Tumorang. I want to explain the material about navigating the international business landscape. Entering the global market is no longer a privilege reserved for multinational giants. Digitalization, trade agreement, and interconnected supply chain have opened doors for startups and SME to compete on the world stage. Yet the international business landscape is far more complex than any single domestic market. It demands a deep understanding of cultural nuance, regulatory divergence, geopolitical risks, and rapidly shifting competitive dynamic. The ability to navigate this terrain determine whether global expansion becomes a growth engine or costly misstep. Understanding of dimension of market difference. The first rule of global business is accepting that one size never fits all. Culture shapes everything from negotiation style and decision making to product design and marketing message. At root whole, this tension between high context and low context culture remains critical in Japan or the Middle East. Trust and relationship are built long before contracts and discussed, while in Germany or the United States, written agreement and efficiency are praised. Missing this costs can kill even the most competitive offer, not because of price, but because of perceived discrepancy. Legal and regulatory frameworks add another layer of complexity. Every country runs its own regime for tax, labor, product standards, and data protection. The EU GDPR recept data, how global firms handle customer data in food, pharmaceutical certificate like halal, FDA, or CA mark not negotiable. Entry tricks. Company that treat compliance as an afterthought risk, fines, product recalls, or outside market bans. Closing the right market entry strategy. There is no universal best way to go global. The entry mode must align with objective resource and risk appetite. Direct exporting works for low commitment market testing, but it service control over branding and distribution. Licensing and franchising enable rapid scale with the limit capital, yet they increase the risk of brand dilution and IP disputes. Joint ventures or acquisition provide instant access to local network and market knowledge, but they require skill in managing organizational culture, classless, and share control. Many successful firms adopt globalization, think global, and act local. McDonald's sells burger everywhere, but in Indian menu leans heavily on chicken and vegetarian option to respect local beliefs. Managing global risks. International markets are inherently volatile. Currency fluctuation can erase margin overnight. Geopolitical tension, trade wars, or sanctions can sever supply chains built over decades. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the fragility of single country sourcing. Effective mitigation, therefore, mandatory currency hedging, supplier diversification, political risk, insurance, and multi-tier supplier mapping help firms stay resilient beyond financial tools. Companies need political intelligence, the capacity to read policy trends in host country because regulatory shifts are often driven by politics rather than economics. The role of technology and digitalization. Technology is the great equalizer in global business. Cross-border e-commerce, B2B platforms like Alibaba and digital payment systems allow transactions without a physical footprint. Cloud computing enables real-time collaboration across continents, yet tech also creates new challenges. Cybersecurity threats, cross-jurisdiction, data wars intensity, and data localization. Law force frames to attach IT infrastructure. Artificial intelligence aids market analysis, demand forecasting, and hyper-personalized global market, but it requires local talent to avoid algorithm bias and cultural misfires. Human capital and global leadership. The most critical asset in global international expansion is people. Global leaders need more than English fluency. The ability to function effectively across diverse cultural settings. Experience should receive cross-cultural training while local talent must be empowered to lead because they understand the market intimately. The geocentric staffing model, which global the best person in the role regardless of nationality, is increasingly vital. Organization must also build psychological safety so ideas from emerging market subsidiaries are not drowned out by headquarters. Ethics and sustainability such as social license. Global consumers are more scrutinizing than ever. Child labor, carbon footprint, and fair business practices now influence purchasing decisions. ESG standards have moved from voluntary to mandatory for suppliers of major multinationals. Boycotts of brands accused of exploiting workers. ESG standards have moved from voluntary to mandatory for suppliers of major multinationals. Boycotts of brands accused for exploiting workers in developing countries prove that reputation can collapse faster than it's built. Compliance with ILO standards, supply audit, and transparent sustainability reporting are therefore not just compliance tasks, they are core to market access and brand equity. Navigating the international business landscape is the art of balancing standardization for efficiency with adaptation. For reference, it demands contextual intelligence, strategic agility, and unwavering ethics. The companies that thrive view global expansion not as a sales project, but as an organizational learning process. They invest in cultural understanding, build robust risk mitigation, leverage technology wisely, and treat people as the bridge between markets. With that foundation, global anxiety stops being a threat and becomes a space to create sustainable competitive advantage. The rise of regional blocs and trade agreements. Beyond individual country, regional economic integration is reshaping how firms plan global move. Blocs like ASEAN, RCEP, ACTA, and USMSA reduce traffic, harmonize standards, and create larger consumer base under single rulebook. For business, the demands of the factory in Vietnam can serve the entire market with preferential duties, but also means compliance with rules of origin become of strategic skill. A growing data regional dynamic lead to incentive and higher landed costs. Companies that map their supply chains against trade agreement footprints often unlock margin advantage competitor cannot match. Thank you.